A conversation in Chicago, some unexpected names popping up behind the scenes, and the Lakers front office already making serious moves. Sounds like a typical offseason. But there's something different in the air this time. After yet another frustrating playoff exit, things are heating up behind the scenes, with decisions being made that could shake up even the most untouchable players on the roster. Claxton, Gafford, Brook Lopez, and even Jakob Poeltl are in the mix. And what's most intriguing is how one current player is being either heavily protected or quietly positioned for something big. And what if I told you a trade was this close to happening before the season even ended? Stick around, because this info could completely shift the team's future. Smash that like button and let's get into it. The Lakers just got bounced out of the second round, and now the front office is back at the drawing board, cooking up ways to reload for another run. Everyone knows what the biggest issue was: a glaring hole in the middle. The lack of a real presence at center flat out killed them in the playoffs, and Rob Pelinka, along with new head coach J.J. Redick, is making that spot priority number one heading into the offseason. Now, don't get it twisted, LA isn't exactly itching to blow things up. They've got a flashy trio leading the way and would prefer to keep it intact. But if the right name pops up, particularly a legit game-changing big man, they might just pull the trigger on something major. According to Dan Wyke from the LA Times, Lakers scouts and execs have been chatting openly in Chicago about their need for a high-level center. Names like Nick Claxton and Daniel Gafford are starting to swirl around in early trade talks. But here's the catch. The Lakers aren't about to give up Austin Reaves unless the return is massive. We're talking top-shelf big man only. Anything less, and it's a hard pass. And who could blame them? Reaves is coming off a monster season. 20.2 points, nearly 6 assists, and 4.5 boards a night while shooting 46% from the field. The guy brings energy, buckets, and hustle every single night, and Redick loves what he brings to the table. The front office has straight up labeled him untouchable, unless someone like Claxton, Gafford, or another A-list big is on the table. That said, Reaves is one of the few real assets LA still has left to move. If they're going to shake up this roster in a meaningful way, he might have to be in the deal. And with the front court being as soft as it looked in the playoffs, Jackson Hayes and Maxi Kleber were basically turnstiles, the pressure's on to make a real move. Word is, the Lakers nearly had something lined up for Mark Williams before the deadline, but that deal fell through when he reportedly failed a physical. Back to square one. So now it's back to the rumor mill. Claxton, Gafford, Brook Lopez, Mitchell Robinson, even Jonas Valanciunas. These are the names being tossed around. Some are better fits than others, but all would cost a pretty penny. And if you're the Lakers staring at a shrinking title window, it might be time to cash in a chip. Just don't expect Reaves to be on the first train out unless that return is undeniable. This team still sees him, and Luka Doncic, as the future of the franchise. But they know one thing. If they don't fix that front court, there won't be a future come playoff time. So tell me, would you keep Reaves at all costs, or include him in a deal if it felt like a sure thing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the next name popping up on the Lakers' radar might surprise you, and this one could actually happen. Well, after getting smacked around by the Timberwolves and bounced in just 5 games, it's safe to say the Lakers got exposed, especially in the paint. They rolled into the playoffs as the 3rd seed in the West, but you wouldn't have known it by how quickly Minnesota packed them up. A big reason? That glaring hole at center. J.J. Redick tried to patch it up by starting Jackson Hayes, but let's be real. It was more of a formality than a strategy. Hayes played a handful of minutes before LA went straight into small ball mode, and the Wolves feasted on it. Rudy Gobert turned into a one-man wrecking crew down low, and the Lakers had 0 answers. This wasn't a new problem either. The front office tried to solve it back at the deadline by swinging a deal for Mark Williams from the Hornets, a move that looked solid on paper. But the guy failed his physical, and that was that. So now, here we are, off-season mode fully activated, and the Lakers are back in the market for a legit big man. Enter Jakob Poeltl. According to Hoops Hype, Poeltl could be available this summer if he and the Raptors can't agree on an extension. He's due $19, $5 million next season with a player option the year after. And with Toronto sitting on the 9th pick in the draft and possibly eyeing a young big like Derek Queen, the window might be opening for a Poeltl move sooner than later. This wouldn't be a flashy blockbuster like the wild Giannis rumors floating around. Let's be real, those are pipe dreams. But Poeltl? That's a move the Lakers could actually pull off. He's a veteran, a reliable rebounder, a rim protector, and a clean fit alongside LeBron and Luka Doncic. He's not stretching the floor like a Brook Lopez, but he doesn't need to. He brings balance, does the dirty work, and gives LA some much-needed toughness inside. The key, though, is price. The Lakers can't afford to cough up Austin Reeves in a deal like this. Poeltl's good, but he's not worth giving up your young core for. If LA can make it work without mortgaging the future, it's a no-brainer. Bottom line, the Lakers have to land a center this summer. That's priority one. If they can snag Poeltl without gutting the roster, it sets them up to build the rest of the team from a solid foundation. Everything else? Just gravy. Honestly, speaking as a fan, it's time for the Lakers to stop patching holes and get serious. That playoff collapse wasn't bad luck. It was the result of ignoring obvious flaws. If they've got a real shot at landing someone reliable without tearing the whole roster apart, they need to go for it. No more half measures. And if you don't want to miss a single update during this critical offseason, make sure to subscribe and stay locked in on everything happening with your favorite team.